Game of Thrones is my all-time favorite show, and the last season was amazing, the last 2 episodes especially. A great element that is used a lot in Game of Thrones is foreshadowing. Almost every scene and every line has some meaning, nothing in the series is random. And today we are taking a look at 10 great foreshadowing moments happening in Season 6, with some help from Reddit. And of course, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the last season, stop watching now. This is more of an unusual video for my channel, but I really wanted to do a video about Game of Thrones after the season ended. First we have Hodor and the foreshadowing of his ending in one of the first scenes that he appeared on, where he was told to help Bran down the hole. That's exactly what is happening in the last scene before he gets to hold the door. A smaller moment but still interesting is from a previous season where Cersei says that if it weren't for her children, she'd have thrown herself from the highest window in the Red Keep. And well, guess who does that in the last episode? Next up we have Cersei's prophecy from the first episode of season 5 finally being fulfilled. She didn't marry the prince, she married the king Robert, her children all died before her and she became queen. But she will only be queen for a time, until there comes another one, younger and more beautiful, to cast her down and take all that she holds dear. And that someone will probably be Daenerys. At number 7 we have Marjorie's foreshadowing, saying a while ago, I'll end up with a string of sparrow heads around my neck. This can be taken 2 ways, the chain of sparrows that didn't let her get out of the sept before it blew up, or the tiny pieces of the dead sparrows when everything exploded. The full line was about letting Joffrey choose, and likely he would have executed them, he would have done what Tommen couldn't. The next one is about Ramsay and the Boltons. Lord Karstark says that the North is not safe as long as a Stark can walk through the door. Later, Rickon Stark is brought in by Amber, Roose is killed by his son, and we all know what happens to Ramsay. So, they weren't safe, and their defeat was marked by Rickon's entry to Winterfell. At number 5 we have Walder Frey's death. When talking to Jaime about their enemies that they have defeated, saying that the Starks mocked me, where are they now? And later on Arya kills his sons, serves them to him for dinner and kills him. The last thing he sees is a Stark smiling down his face. Next, still related to Walder's death, in season 3 Bran tells the tale of the Red Cook, who serves the Night's Watch and was angry at the king. When the king visited, the cook killed his son, cooked him in a pie and served it to him. The gods turned the cook into a rat that could only eat his children. The reason for turning him in a rat wasn't because of murder, but because he killed a guest beneath his roof. And that's something the gods can't forgive. Exactly what Frey did at the Red Wedding, and now he was finally punished, having his kids served to him in a pie and being killed by Arya. Number 3 is another small foreshadowing talk between Cersei and Lady Olenna. The Queen of Thorns telling Cersei that she has no one left by her side, no allies, no friends, and that she is surrounded by her enemies. Thousands of them, and ironically ask her if she's going to kill them all by herself. And well, that's what she did after all. This conversation was clearly hinting to the wildfire and the Mad Queen Cersei scene. At number 2 we have Old Nan's story told to Bran in season 1. That was a bit more detailed in the books. Old Nan was telling Bran a story about Bran the Builder. Determined to seek out the children, he set out into the Deadlands with a sword, a horse, a dog, and companions. His horse could be Hodor and the dog is Summer, as well as the companions being Mira and Jojen Reed. Then the story goes on like this. One by one his friends died, and his horse, and finally even his dog. Jojen died, the children died, Summer died, and finally Hodor died. The story ends with the others smelled the hot blood in him and came silent on his trail. The Night King marked Bran and drank him down, so now they can follow him. This is a very detailed and a very nice foreshadowing that happened really in the first season and now has come to pass in the 6th one. And the last one is probably my favorite foreshadowing moment from season 6. In season 5, Cersei had the line, "The fate and the crown are the 2 pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other." Later on, Tommen said pretty much the same thing. And well, when the fate crumbles, the crown falls, literally. Tommen really gave a true meaning to King's Landing. And that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends, and let me know which one is your favorite foreshadowing moment in the show. Check out the 2 League of Legends Game of Thrones parody videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.
I am the sword in the darkness.
I am
The what? On the
I am the shield that guards the realm of men. I pledge my life and honor to the Night's
watch from this night. Then
all the nights to come.